What is going on, everybody? It's the Franz, and we're here for our Christmas edition of Smackdown review for December 25th, 2020. This episode was taped on Tuesday, so if you didn't watch Smackdown, that's fine. It was probably the best show that WWE has put on in a good while. It's kind of funny, when you decide to prioritize a show around wrestling matches, you get yourself a pretty damn good show, and we got that tonight. So we had 3 championship matches, the Intercontinental title in the main event, the tag team championships for the women, and Roman Reigns took on Kevin Owens in a rematch from Hell in a Cell from TLC inside a steel cage. The reason they went with the steel cage is because J Uso did nothing but interfere on Sunday, so they wanted to make sure that Kevin Owens had a fair shake. Remember that at the end of this match. So the story about this match pretty much is Kevin Owens just won't stay down. Roman is hitting him with everything. Spears, Superman punches. He's just bringing out everything. And Kevin Owens will not stay down. There are points in this match where it looks like Kevin Owens is going to win. He actually has the big dog's number, and it just doesn't work out that way. Everything. These guys went out there and pulled out moves you haven't seen in a while. Kevin Owens hit a couple stunners. He hit the pop-up powerbomb. Nothing. So, we're getting towards the end of the match. Kevin Owens looks to have this match won, when all of a sudden, who do you think comes out as he's leaving the ring? J Uso. Jay whaps the door into him, but it didn't hit him enough, and I think Kevin Owens actually caught him because he shot it right back at Jay, knocking Jay over. So him and Roman Reigns battle some more. Kevin Owens is down by the cage towards the door. Jay, from the outside, grabs his wrist, cuffs it to the cage. So he's pretty much done. And here's the thing. Had he cuffed him a little bit closer to the door, Kevin Owens could have touched the floor anyway. But he couldn't. So Roman Reigns gets away again thanks to J Uso. While Roman Reigns is leaving, Kevin Owens is calling her bitch, coward, and all this other stuff. So Jay again costs Kevin Owens the championship as usual. But again, this was one hell of a match. This was a hell of an opener. This, too, could have been the main event, but this was a Christmas edition of SmackDown, and they want you to leave on a high note, not a low note. So, we also have Daniel Bryan versus J Uso as well. That was the only non-title match we had in this show. Triple Threat Women's Elimination Tag Team title match, the Baymella, a.k.a. Bayley and Carmella, versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks versus the Tag Team Champions of Asuka and Charlotte Flair. So, the women's champions come out first. They talk on the mic for a bit. Out comes Bayley. Then comes Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Then comes Carmella. They talk for a minute. Then they have the match. Now, this was it was a decent match. It was the star of this match was Bianca Belair. She showed you that she has something to prove whenever that's going to be. She is definitely something to look forward to, and hopefully they will have something more for her down the line. Hopefully a title match eventually. One, of course, I wouldn't say against Sasha Banks, but whoever beats Sasha, that person should be losing the championship to Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is just that damn good at this. But it came down to the champs and Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, because Bianca Belair set up Bayley to be frog splashed on by Sasha Banks, eliminating them. So this is a pretty even match after this. The tag champs, the final challengers, and unfortunately for the challengers, Bayley and Carmella and Reginald didn't leave the ringside area, and you didn't notice it for a second, but you noticed before the match ended that you see a portion where Sasha's looking off to the side because somebody's bothering her leg or trying to get her off. Well, she gets pushed onto Reginald, and she gets knocked out. Bayley is out there. She's like, hey, I know you can do it. She's out, but you have to do it on your own. So, unfortunately, she gets double teamed, natural selection in the midair, and the tag team champions retain the championship. Now, again, another decent match. It wasn't the best tag team match for the women all year, but I will say it was a really good match. The Street Profits are backstage hyping up tonight's matches that are remaining. Sami Zayn is yelling at a female staffer about who authorized tonight's main event change, in which is now a lumberjack match. I was Intercontinental Champion. They presented him a shirt that instead it says I'm the Intercontinental Champion. It says I was. He fake laughed for a minute and said, "You're not funny," and walked off. So we have Daniel Bryan versus J Uso. This match has been brewing for a while, and it makes you wonder, while J Uso was getting involved with the championship match on Sunday and earlier tonight, where was Daniel Bryan? Daniel Bryan obviously has had a beef with J Uso for a good while here, so where was he during all that? That's my question. But before the match could even start, J Uso attacks Daniel Bryan from behind. So, yeah, he beats him up, beats the hell out of him. So J Uso, if we go to commercial break, we come back and J Uso is waiting in the ring. Daniel Bryan is coming to the ring, Pat Buck, I think it was Pat Buck, and the referee are trying to talk Daniel Bryan out of going in to fight this because he's injured. Obviously, he's injured. So Daniel Bryan eventually gets in. They have this match. And J Uso, of course, takes advantage from the beginning because he has the advantage. J Uso is doing all he can to beat Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, of course, ever resilient as he is, just coming back at him. The match comes to an end with Uso charges in for a kick, but Bryan ducks and comes right back with the running knee for the 1, 2, 3, and J Uso loses to Daniel Bryan in what was a pretty good match. We see backstage Big E warming up on the main event. We go to Happy Holidays video, which we still seeing this stupid shit. I am so tired of seeing this Happy Holiday crap. Backstage, Kevin Braxton is catching up with Daniel Bryan. She's asking, what are your goals? What is like, since your thing with J Uso is done, what are you going to do next? He's like, well, there are a couple things I haven't done in my career, and one of those things is win a Royal Rumble. So he declares himself for the 2021 Royal Rumble match. Okay, Daniel Bryan is in. Sami Zayn comes up. He's like, oh, this is great. And he makes the mention that Daniel Bryan a couple months ago was saying that the Intercontinental title should always be defended almost on a weekly basis. So he's like, if I found out it was you who went to the company and said I wanted this match to happen, then karma's gonna get you at the Royal Rumble and you're going to fail. So he walks off, and Daniel Bryan's like, I guess Santa didn't bring him a PS5. I guess that's what the kids are into. And goes on from there. So Daniel Bryan is the first man to announce himself for the Royal Rumble. I'm really surprised nobody on Monday Night Raw has yet, but that's probably coming this Monday. We get a match flow for what happened between Big E and Sami Zayn from last week with the Sammy Awards. Who really cares? The Sammy Awards were garbage. And then we have the lumberjack match. And I've noticed that they had to borrow some talent from Monday Night Raw because they don't have enough talent to do a viable lumberjack match on Smackdown. So you saw the likes of Angel Garza and Drew Gulak, Lindsay Dorado, and a couple others from Monday Night Raw. So, as I've said before on this channel and stuff, I hate lumberjack matches with a passion. I think they are trash. And we have ourselves that here. Now, this was not the worst lumberjack match I've ever seen. This was actually probably one of the better ones. You had Sami Zayn using the competitors on the outside to damage Big E. Big E not really doing that himself. Big E fighting from behind pretty much the entirety of the match for the most part. But in the end, the Lumberjacks on the outside started the brawl. Everybody. So Sami Zayn takes this opportunity to go, you know what? Nobody's paying attention. I'm going to leave. I want to keep my Intercontinental title, so I'm going to leave. Apollo Crews sees this and is like, oh, no, motherfucker, you're not leaving. He runs after him. He grabs him. Him, the Street Profits, and Chad Gable all grab him and throw him into the ring. And all the heel Lumberjacks all disappeared. Like, they had the big brawl, and all the heels disappeared. Majority of the Lumberjacks disappeared. But Sami Zayn goes for something. Big E pushes him off into the ropes, and then hits the big ending for the 1, 2, 3. And SmackDown goes off the air with Big E winning the Intercontinental title, holding the Intercontinental title up while everyone holds him up on his shoulders. And that was that. So SmackDown finishes 2020 on a high note by having Big E win the Intercontinental title, giving you probably the best episode of SmackDown of 2020. Go figure, it's the holiday edition. We did not have any street fight bullshit that we had on Monday Night Raw. No holiday crap. That was it. So, SmackDown as a whole was better than Raw for the majority of the year. Good show. Next year, hopefully we'll have a better 2021 than we had 2020. Hopefully crowds can be coming back soon because the Thunderdome is really wearing out its welcome. I'm just saying. But that is your SmackDown review, your final SmackDown review for 2020. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Polo at The Frons Club, find me on twitch.tv/The Frons Club, find me on Instagram at The Frons Club, and I'll see you guys Monday for the final Monday of 2020. Until then, my name is The Frons, and I'll see you guys later.